What's up? It's your boy Austin Rutherford back here again today. I'm going to show you how you can get paid multiple times on one deal. Every single deal you can get paid multiple times. And no, I'm not talking about a rental property where you get paid every month. That's obvious. No, I'm not talking about a flip where you buy it, you renovate it, you sell it, you get paid one time. I'm talking about a way where you can get paid up to 3 times on one deal. It's called the Trifecta profit model. A mentor of mine told me about this a few months ago. But in essence, you get paid when you buy it, you get paid when you refinance it, and you get paid long term. There's 3 ways of getting paid on every single deal. So I'm gonna give you a real life example of this. This duplex right here is a duplex that I purchased about 2 years ago. And it needed a ton of work, a whole bunch of work. It was vacant, it was boarded up, so I knew I had to renovate it. So there's 2 ways that you can fund this deal. You can either fund it all with your money. If you have a whole boatload of cash sitting in the bank, you can fund the deal. I don't do that. I don't think it's smart to do that personally. So what we do is we borrow money from private money lenders. What are private money lenders? They're just individuals that you meet and network with that take the place of the bank. So my private money lenders fund the purchase and the rehab of the property. So they fund 100% of the deal. So I have no money out of pocket at this point. If you want to check out this video up here that explains more about what private money is and how to find private money lenders, make sure you take a look at that video there. So we needed only $11,000 to buy this bad boy. I know, super cheap, 11 grand, and then we needed $110,000 to renovate this thing. So we needed to raise $121,000 in money to be able to fund this purchase and rehab of this property. So the first way to get paid, I had to raise 121 grand. So if I raise 121 grand, it gives me just enough money to buy and renovate the deal. But what if? What happens if we go over budget? Or what happens if it takes longer than we thought it would take? Or what happens if we can't find a tenant to lease the property out? Or what happens if there's termite issues or foundation issues or HVAC or electric or plumbing issues? There's always things that come up. So you want to make sure you have a little extra money to take care of those things if needed. Now keep in mind, inside of that $110,000 budget, we still had a contingency budget in there. So we still had some of that contingency covered, but I always like to borrow extra money if the deal is good enough just to cover any of those unknowns. So what I did is I went out and raised $130,000. So I made 9 grand when I bought the house because they funded the deal enough for the purchase and the rehab, and it had $9,000 left over. That's profit to me. Would I have made that profit on the back end? Yes. It's the same amount of profit on the deal for the front end and the back end. I just want the money on the front end because I feel like I can do more with it faster. One huge caution on this: do not overborrow on a property. Like I said, if it's a great deal, this is when you can do that. If you're gonna make 30 grand and you wanna take 5 grand on the front end, that's fine. But do not overborrow to a point where when you go to sell it, there's no more profit left. There's no deal left. Do not overborrow if the deal is not good enough. I can put you in a really bad situation. So this property, I knew it was worth $220,000 because I just did a property 1 block over, the same exact type of house. So I knew it was worth 120. Borrowing 130, there's still plenty of margin in the deal at that point. So the second way you get paid is you got to get the project renovated. The best part about flipping houses is dealing with contractors. No, that's the worst part about flipping houses, but it's part of necessary evil. You have to deal with the contractors to get the project to completion. Then once the renovation is completed, you rent the property. So you place tenants inside of the property. And then you go and take that property to a bank and you refinance the loan. So you pay off your private money lender and you put long-term debt on the property. Because right now with your private money lender, you're probably paying pretty high interest compared to a normal loan. Probably 2 to 3 times what you would be paying on a normal loan. So you want to get the bank involved now so you can cash them out so you don't keep paying that money. Now you may be asking yourself, well, why don't you get a bank in the first place? Great question. Banks won't lend on properties that are absolutely destroyed. So you have to get private money, stabilize the property, and then refinance the property once it's stabilized. And once you refinance it, you'll get a 20 or 30 year amortized loan. And then your payment of, let's say, $2,000 a month will go down to $1,000 a month because you're not paying that insanely high interest rate to your private money lender. So like I said, we took it to a bank, it got appraised, it appraised at $220,000. We were into it for $121,000, but remember, I borrowed that 9 grand of profit. So I owed $130,000 on the property, plus interest. So on top of the $130,000, like I said, the interest, the holding costs, the refinance fees, the appraisal fees, all of those things cost about 15 grand. So my payoff for this property was $145,000. And then the bank lends 75% of the appraised value. So they lent me $165,000, even though I only owed $145,000. So this is my second time getting paid on this deal. That means the bank gave me the additional $20,000 in additional profit. And by the way, on a refinance like this, that 20 grand is non-taxable. It's non-taxable income. So we got paid on the front end, the 9 grand, we got paid on the back end, the 20 grand, but watch this. The third way that you get paid, and honestly, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and forever on, because they're gonna continue paying every single month as a rental property. So on this deal, my PITI, my principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, my total monthly payment is about $1,200 a month. Each side of the duplex rents for $1,200 a month, so $2,400 a month total coming in, minus $1,200 going out. I profit about $1,200 a month, every single month. Now with rentals, there are some problems that can come up. Don't go out and blow that $1,200 every month, because if you get a vacancy, or you have some repairs, or you gotta put a new roof on, or an AC, or a furnace, or a tenant just doesn't pay rent, and then you have to evict them, and then they don't pay rent again. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with rental properties. So that's why you don't wanna just blow all your money day one. So I'd recommend storing 3 to 6 months minimum of that monthly profit in a bank account for the unknowns. Just in case anything comes up, you're protected. After those 3 to 6 months of stored money, you can do whatever you want to do with that money. Getting paid 3 times on each deal is a game changer. And like I said, you get paid on it forever then after that. The trick is you got to find a great deal with enough profit to be able to borrow money on the front, refinance it, get paid, and still have equity in the deal. They're out there, I promise you they are. But yes, they are gonna have to take some time to find those types of deals. We do these types of deals every month. Yes, we still flip and we still wholesale and we still build new construction, but these are some of the greatest deals because it's long-term wealth and it's tax-free money. The Trifecta profits model is basically the same as the B.R.R.R method, the B.R.R.R, buy, renovate, rent, refinance method. Only difference is the Trifecta, you borrow some money on the front side. So I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on the Trifecta model. Comment below what you think about this idea. Also, while you're down there, make sure you hit that like button. Again, YouTube loves the algorithm. If you could hit that like button, it'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to get more content in the future, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.